I was originally born in Moscow, Russia, and all my family going back many generations are musicians. My grandfather is a very famous violinist. His father, my mother is a pianist. So you could kind of say it was predetermined for me that I would be either a violinist or a pianist. So I ended up being a violinist, and eventually my family moved to the States, to New York, via Turkey. I did my undergrad at Juilliard, and then I finished up my studies at Yale. And now I'm in Denver, and I'm very happy to be here. Well, my teaching philosophy very much depends on who I'm teaching, because everyone is an individual, and it's very clear, especially in the practice room, when you spend so much time one-on-one with a student. So, of course, I try to bring out each student's potential, but it's a different approach depending on their goals, their background, where it's coming from. So it's very much tailored to the possibilities and to the talents of the individual I'm working with. This year we have somewhere between 25 and 30 violinists, split between Professor Lamont and myself. And I would probably say 2/3 of them roughly are undergrads, the rest being graduate students or professional certificate students. So it's a nice mix. Well, obviously everyone generally has an hour-long lesson, at least with the faculty member one-on-one. And then everyone is participating in studio class, where you play for myself and your peers, and you provide constructive criticism. So that's a performance opportunity, and that's 1 hour a week. And then you also have performance class. That's another hour and 15 minutes where you get to hear everyone in the entire string department, and you play for each other and you critique them. And finally there's chamber class, where you also sit and listen and play for your peers and colleagues as part of your chamber ensemble. Of course, the Lamont Symphony programs, a wide array of repertoire, from classical, war horses like Tchaikovsky and Shostakovich to music of the 20th and 21st century and beyond. And it's a very dedicated program that I think everyone loves being a part of. There's also an opportunity to collaborate with the opera. They do an opera production, which is eagerly awaited by everyone in Denver, I would say. And there's also, this year, there will be Lamont Chamber Orchestra, Strings Orchestra. And also the chamber music program, I think, is one of our stronger aspects. There's lots of performance opportunities. There are 3 concerts per year at the end of every quarter. We also have some amazing guest artists. This year it was the Kronos Quartet that was supposed to be in residency, the Danish String Quartet. So there are plenty of opportunities to work with them as part of their residencies. And there are also outreach programs throughout Denver. So there are a lot of chamber music opportunities. Well, I think it's a nice segue, because we're just talking about outreach. So Lamont itself provides a lot of outreach opportunities for people in retirement homes, in underprivileged communities. But beyond that, I think one of the great things about being in Denver, there is a growing population and lots of interest in classical music. So you could see some of the recent alumni forging their own paths by creating, concert series, chamber series, going out and making connections and starting new artistic organizations all the time. So Denver is a great city if you want to forge your own musical path. All I can say is that it's my first complete year at Lamont myself, and I could really not wish for a more welcoming, engaging community. My wife and I, we love being here. We love being in Denver. So even this pandemic hasn't really dampened our enthusiasm. And in terms of Lamont itself, I can say that when I first came here, I was amazed by the infrastructure. We have gorgeous halls, really some of the best I've ever seen, either in North America or Europe. It's a beautiful place, but I still think the most important element in any institution is the people that fill the place. And I'm talking about the faculty, the staff, and the students themselves, because that's really what makes the atmosphere. And I found the faculty is absolutely world class. If you look, everyone in the string faculty, but not only in woodwinds and brass, throughout the school, you could not find a better faculty, and I'm honored to work with them. And the students are very dedicated, engaging. They're a pleasure to be with. So I think that creates for a wonderful environment for you to make the most of yourself and realize your full potential.